coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And finally stopped, but what a return all the way down to the 40. So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Straight ahead, here's Mason. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking 1 drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. On second down, they'll run it here. And he stopped immediately there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On now is Ty Zentner to punt. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And they'll go again with Mason. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
First down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Minnesota.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Pass complete to Addison. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Vikings first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as they drew it up in practice. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
He's across midfield. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll hand it to Mason. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
It's 2nd and 8 at the Steelers' 37-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 8. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Mason going to get it on first down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
He's brought down at the 26.
This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On play action, they'll throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. before going out of bounds.
Vikings, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This now a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
2nd and 6.
Complete to number 84. A gain of 4. It's
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
No, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Vikings.
I I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Now Cole. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The tight end in motion right. Targets Miller here on the out route. He's got him. From the 29, here's 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Up the middle they go. It's Griffin. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rush is just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Slant route to Miller. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So on fourth down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And take it right at the 35. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. This one deep for Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Roman Wilson, 57 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. For the extra point. And it's 17-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. It's a quarterback sneak. And he will have the Vikings first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
And the Vikings first down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to throw now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2nd and 6.
From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The Steelers first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 14. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
A 39-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Gotta say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Normally, you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And they'll send the slot in motion left. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
36 yards. That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down. Cade York on now for the field goal. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. York able to send this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Griffin. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
A gain of 12. First down, Vikings.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, it's Griffin. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the 46-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37.
That's another Vikings first down.
They'll run on first down. Griffin. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Gain of 13 yards. First down on Minnesota.
They run it with Cole. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to Ron Thornhill.
Brings up second and 10 at the Steelers' 23-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now a first and 10 at the 11.
And the Vikings first down.
They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2. At the 3.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from second and 2 to a tough third and 4. Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And this one is right through. And they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And now out come the Steelers. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. Oh, nice move. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
1st and goal at the 7.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Given 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
York now for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead's now down to 3 at 20-17. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And that'll be off the mark. Too far out in front, and it's incomplete. And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Vikings 1st down.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. They'll look to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Wilson's got it complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and 4. His throw here's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the 1st down.
Again, he'll drop the throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
50-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Looking to put a drive together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man complete. That's Griffin. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Griffin. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
It's a gain of 11. And the Vikings are
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Complete to Orlando Johnston II. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down at the 49-yard line.
2nd and long. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
A 53-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Steelers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17. Screen play, Johnson. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. He'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll go with the keeper. And he will have the Vikings 1st down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Up the middle they go. Griffin. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back in Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Here's 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pass caught. It's Skinner. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Touchdown, Vikings.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So now the Steelers down 27-20, a little over 50 seconds remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. That's caught by Wilson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. They give to Johnson going right. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second and
Back to throw.
at the 44.
Over the middle, it's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.